How to make money with an old website. A lot of people have old websites. Let's talk about it. How to make money with Google or without Google. We're going to get into this without Google. Is it worth it? Google is three things we're going to go into. We're going to go into a lot in this video. I'm going to show you an example website that we are doing this concept with based upon an old website that got crushed by Google a year or two ago. So a lot of people who watch these videos had websites that got crushed by a Google update. What can you do with these things? We're going to go over statistics. We're going to go over actually what Google is up to. We're going to go over high ticket ecom. What can you do, right? What can you do if you have a website that used to do well, maybe with display ads, maybe on Google, maybe not, but now you're like, man, I got all these assets. I don't know what to do with them. What do I do with a website that's old and it used to make money? And look here, we are going to move fast. So number one, websites are usually dependent on Google. We have two paths to go down: how to make money with Google or without Google. I'm going to show you an example of what I think the future is for a lot of people who want to make money online, right? But we have to talk about the distinction of how to make money with Google or without Google. If you're going to go without Google, you can make a lot of money, right? If you just say, I'm going to build a website and I don't need Google, I don't need their search volume, that's fine. But you have to use social media. You can do this. I make a lot of money this way, but it's very volatile and it's not a very firm foundation. You can make a lot of money though, right? You can make a lot of money, but if you're going to go that route, just know it's not a real business sometimes. But if you want to make money with Google, you have to understand three things. Google is, number one, greedy for attention. Number two, it's adapting to AI. And number three, it's a for-profit company. Once we roll these three things around in our head and understand them fully, we can understand how to make money with a website. Now look here, you have to understand Google is what? Google is craving your attention. They never want you to leave their platform. You have to understand this. What is the best way to lose weight is what I typed into Google, and boom, the AI overview. Everyone knows about the AI overview, and then they give suggestions over here. And in the bottom right corner, they say try AI mode. Why? Because they want you to stay on their platform. But then you have to ask the second question. Why do they want you to stay on their platform? That's the more important one, right? So they are doing these two things, greedy for attention, and they are adapting to AI by using Gemini in their own stuff. They're getting more sophisticated. Great. This is what matters though. They are a for-profit company. Why do they want you to stay on their website? It's because they want to sell ads. That's it. You have to understand that. They make money. Google makes money with ads. Therefore, if you can get into that ecosystem and do it well, you can be relevant now and you can make a lot of money. Which brings us to this website right here, improvesalin.com. If you look at the Ahrefs of Improved Salin, guess what? A DR36 is not bad. And if you look down here the last 5 years, you are going to see the telltale signs of what? Of a website that got hit by Google's helpful content update. This website is a informational website. It's a really good one. It's a custom one. It's excellent. This thing is better than most websites ever hope to be that are informational, right? Very, very strong. It has display ads. So what people used to do is they would create a website that's informational, just like this, talking about how to sail, where to sail. And this website does even more than that. Learn navigation. You can buy a boat. You can live aboard. You can get your license. It will teach you everything. But the problem is, if I type into Google right here, what is the best way to learn how to sail? Well, what happens? The AI overview gives you no love. Whereas this website that we were just on used to rank, right? It used to rank. What does Google do? It gives you its AI up here. Plus, we scroll down, it's going to give us Reddit and YouTube. That is what we see over and over again, which is the extinction of niche websites until you realize what you can do, which is this next portion of the video. Now check this out. This is the 1% Ecom Club. This is my community alongside Jaden Clark and Sean Buckles. This is what I'm talking about right here. So if we come over here to niche site escape hatch. So the classroom, it has all of these different modules that will help you do exactly what I'm talking about here. But we call this the niche site escape hatch. And this is going to teach old website owners how to make it relevant nowadays. And this is how you do it, right? So coming over here, Improve Salin, shop improvesalin.com. So what you can do, we have the old website here, right? Great. You can do a subdomain, different ways, but we want to make it into a e-commerce store, and not just any e-com store, a high ticket e-commerce store. Why? Because I don't want to do a low ticket e-com store because it's a pain in the butt, right? I want to make money quickly. I want to make money without too much pain. So this is exactly what we built for this website. In fact, we are giving this website away for free in the 1% Ecom Club for an operator to take over and scale this thing. So here's my question to you. Why does this make sense? Why is this website right here, improvesalin.com, going to be irrelevant forevermore unless we prop it up with some ecom? It's because the equation we talked about earlier, right? Let's come back here. We come over to Google. Google is greedy for attention, adapting to AI, and is a for-profit company. Therefore, what we're going to do, we do have to create some ads for this new store. It's a store, right? But we need to get into the ecosystem of Google and be perceived as a website that sells things, purchase intent. That's all that Google cannot do. Google is not, I don't think Google is going to going into the business of selling things directly to a consumer. Google is always going to be the layer on top of that concept. I don't think Google directly is going to get into the business of selling autopilot systems, right? And here's the website we're giving away, right? We want good operators in the 1% Ecom Club. We want people who are hungry that come in here and say, yeah, man, I can take this over. I will sell these products. Show me what to do. That's really cool. But I don't think Google is going to sell a Raymarine EV400 Sail Pilot autopilot system for $4,000 or $3,500, right? That is the moat around websites nowadays. Do something that Google likely will never do, which has to do with purchase intent. Now, when you go down the rabbit hole of what high ticket ecom means, it's very interesting. So I asked GBT, I had to take a look at our products, and I was like, what do you think about these, right? So hydro generators, what the heck is a hydro generator? I don't know, but the typical price is $4,000 to $8,000, and you can rank. Here's what's crazy, right? The ROI angle. If you can rank content like best hydro generator for offshore sailing, you can do really well. Now, my question is, if I come over to Google and I type that in, right? Best hydro generator for offshore sailing. And listen, this is off the cuff. I don't know what we're going to find here, but let's just find out, right? So we have this one right here, hydro generators, and we have wattnc.com. And guess what? If I'm willing to bet, this is a purchase intent website. I'm scrolling around and you can buy this thing right on their website, right? After sale service, we have Race and Alu. I don't know what that is. Let's come here. Let's just come here. We're exploring their website now. But the point is, what websites rank in Google right now are the ones, and you can find a reseller, are the ones that sell a thing. If you want to show up on Google and have access to their kabillion people that search on Google, you need to have purchase intent. That's just how this works nowadays. So let's go back to Google. We have videos, we have AI overview. So we have the website up here first that has purchase intent, and then we have AI overview. Very interesting, right? Then we have discussions. Guess what? If I have an ecom store, you better bet I'm going to be on here talking about my brand. And then we have another one here, hydro generation. Okay, interested in what is it all about? Let's come down here, and I can probably, I'd be surprised if I couldn't buy on here, but I can probably purchase. Let's come down here, a thing. I'd be surprised if I couldn't know. Sales, okay, they're perceived as sales, interesting. Solutions, let's come over to solutions. Let's scroll down here. Monohulls, discover. I don't know anything about this niche, by the way, but that looks awesome. I wouldn't mind to be in the Arctic on that thing. Maybe in the Caribbean, the tropical places I prefer. But man, oh man. But the bottom line is, if you have a website that is informational in nature, that's cool. Keep it. Keep the informational content, because once you put ecom behind it, it superpowers it. If Google perceives your website as purchase intent, right, where people want to buy a thing and your website matches that intent, then you can rank higher than you could ever imagine. So coming back here to the 1% Ecom Club, you can see right here, we quite literally are giving this store away right now. Right now we are, but here's the key. The whole reason we started this community is to identify good operators for ecom. Like, a lot of people learned how to build a website, a niche website, an informational website years and years ago, and they made money with display ads. Those skills, those SEO skills directly, I mean, in a large, huge way, directly correlate to being successful on ecom. You're going to have to learn a few new things, no doubt. But man, so many people kind of just, gave up after the HCU happened. After this happened to their website, coming back here, remember this is the one, improvesalin.com. After this happened to their website around, whatever, it was 2023, 24, they gave up. But they have all these skills in their back pocket that they don't know how to use, which is crazy to us, right? Crazy to me. Why not use those skills and give it another go? And that's exactly why we have the 1% Ecom Club. This is a high ticket ecom club. Like, we're not going to teach you how to do low ticket t-shirts. Not into it. Talk to me about things that are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and above, where if you sell one, you're making hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. That's where it's at. So jump in here. I'll have a link in the description, the 1% Ecom Club. You will find me in here. We have weekly calls. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.